If you need help finding a direct entry Master's of Science in Nursing program, you found the right video. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm the Danielle Denise, and here I make videos about my nursing journey, and I also upload some lifestyle content as well. So be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. If you're looking to find the best accelerated Master's of Science in Nursing program, then this video is for you. This video comes by request of the DMs that I get of people asking me what schools should they apply to. Well, today I will list for you step by step how to find schools, curate a list, and then narrow down that list so you can begin applying. So let's get started. So step one is determine your end goal. Now your end goal does not have to be a definite end-all be-all set in stone goal. This is just a goal that we will set so that we can find programs specific for you and what you want. We want to set this goal so that we can limit the amount of schools that you'll end up applying to. The application process is very rigorous, and we don't want to apply to a school that doesn't have what we're looking for. In determining your goal, you can decide whether you want to just be an RN. You can decide if you want to be an advanced practice registered nurse, which are your nurse practitioners, your certified registered nurse anesthetists, your certified nurse midwives, and your clinical nurse specialist. And you can also determine whether your goal is just to have a master's or if you want to receive your doctorate in nursing practice. Now I say this because there are so many programs and so many ways that you can reach this end goal of just becoming a nurse or becoming a nurse practitioner or becoming a CRNA. There's so many ways to get there, but we want to really narrow down this process and the amount of school and the time that it'll take. Of course, that's why we're looking for an accelerated program. Just so I don't go too far in depth, because this video is specifically tailored to entry-level Masters in Nursing programs or direct entry Masters in Nursing programs, I'll leave a video up above that I did on choosing which accelerated program would be best for you. I'll leave that linked in the info cards. There's so many options to becoming a nurse, an advanced practice registered nurse, and there's so many specialties that you kind of have to figure out what your goal is so that you're applying to programs specific to what you want. This is something I'm going to bring up later, but I need to stress this right now. You do not want to apply to a program. Let's say you want to be a CRNA. You don't want to apply to an NP program. Yes, they're both advanced practice registered nurses, but they're completely different specialties. And I'll say this now, during the application process, if you mention to an NP program that you want to be a CRNA, it's almost always an automatic no. You're not going to get accepted because that's not what you want, and you're not the student that they're looking for. If you apply to the wrong program, they're going to look at you like, oh, they didn't do their research. They don't know what they're talking about. Next. And you're going to be at home wondering, why didn't I get into that program? It's because it wasn't the one that you were looking for. So determine your goal, and that's really going to be a great place to start when you start listing schools. So let's move on to the next step. So hopefully you determine what you're looking for. Now let's find some schools. Now here's how you're going to find your school and make your tailored list of schools that you will apply to. Now, of course, I could just go on and tell you just Google them. But no, I know some more ways, and I'm going to share them with you. My first way won't give you all the schools, but it'll give you some. It's a great place to start, especially in finding accredited programs. There are a bunch of schools and programs popping up that you don't want to finish your program, and turns out your program wasn't accredited, so your credentials don't really matter. They don't matter. It's happened. It has happened. So we don't want that. So a great place to start is the Board of Registered Nursing. So I know for sure that where I am in the state of California, the California Board of Registered Nursing provides a list of accredited schools that have these programs. It might not have all the schools listed, but some will be there. Okay, so after you check the Board of Registered Nursing, another good resource is the Nursing CAS. Now this is an application system that some, let me emphasize, some, not all, but some entry-level master's programs use for the application process. You can go on there and you can see what schools are listed under the accelerated or direct entry or entry-level Masters in Nursing programs. And another benefit is that you'll get to see their application process, not application process, but their admission cycles, so that you can just see when they're accepting their students. So I like Nursing CAS as well. But remember, not all schools will be listed on there. And lastly, Google. Yes, Google. Trust me when I say this, I'm not saying this in a mean way, because I'm going to give you keywords to use when doing your Google search. So when you're Googling, you want to enter the terms entry-level Masters in Nursing or direct entry Masters in Nursing, and then you want to add the specialty that you're looking for and enter the state or the area that you would like to complete your degree in. Because Google, if you just type in entry-level master's in nursing, there's going to be quite a few schools that pop up, but they might not have what you're looking for. And remember, we talked about this in the beginning. You don't want to apply somewhere that doesn't have what you're looking for. So look for ELMSN or DEMSN or Accelerated MSN, your specialty that you're looking for, and the state that you would like to obtain your degree. And the final step so that we can narrow down this list, and you might have about 15 schools maybe. It's time to narrow it down because not everybody's going to have what you're looking for. Number one, the biggest thing, I know I said it about 2 times before this, maybe 3, 4. Make sure the school that you're applying to has a specialty that you're looking for. And I say this because you want to have some wiggle room just in case you change your mind. I know a lot of us are pretty set, I'm gonna be a psych and P, I'm gonna be a family nurse practitioner, I'm gonna do this, and that's it. If you know, then you know, and apply for that. Look for that. That's what I did. But I know it's very common that some people, they get into the clinical setting, they maybe end up working with pediatrics, and they're like, oh, I wanted to be a women's health nurse practitioner, but I think pediatric NP is calling my name. It happens, and you want to be sure that you have a program that has a little bit of wiggle room that allows you to change your specialty. If you don't know for sure, you can ask in your interview or just call and ask questions. That lets them know that you're inquiring about their program. But just know that even if you start to change your mind or start to like other specialties, you can work as a pediatric registered nurse and still be a family nurse practitioner. You can have both jobs. There's plenty of NPs that work as an NP and also still work as an RN, but that's your choice to make when you get there. So once you knocked a couple of schools off your list that don't have what you're looking for, next you're going to check those prerequisites. See if there are any prerequisites that you have already completed, what other prerequisites you still need to get done, and see if that's feasible in the amount of time for when the next application process rolls around. You also want to check these prereqs because you don't want to start applying and you don't have something and then you're sitting there I have a 4.0 GPA, why didn't they accept me? Well, it's because you didn't have all the prereqs done. You want to check the GPA requirements. So for example, you might want to check out my Getting into Nurse Practitioner School with a Low GPA video. I'll leave that linked above as well, just to make sure you fit into those requirements. Sometimes some schools accept on a conditional basis if you have a 2.5, but you have to be a stellar candidate otherwise. So just look for that as well. Be sure to check to see if they have any standardized testing. My school did not require the GRE, but there are some that do, or other standardized testing. Make sure that you check for that so that you can see when you need to apply to take those tests. Make sure you're checking to see how long the program is and if that's feasible for you. I thought my program was going to be 3 years, but turns out once I got accepted, they were 4 to 6 years. So if that amount of time is not feasible for you, you could also try PA school where it's only 2 years, or you can try an MSN program that is 2 to 3 years, but you'll only be an RN, or you can look into an accelerated BSN and see if that's something that you want to do just to get your foot in the door and just get started as a nurse. And then you can come back and figure out what kind of advanced practice registered nurse you want to be later on. After you check the time frame, see if that's feasible for you. Also check the tuition rates. Check their NCLEX pass rates. So you don't want to be at a school that doesn't adequately prepare you to become a nurse. Also, what you can do is you can check allnurses.com. It's a forum site for nurses and prospective nurses to go on and check out these programs, see what people are saying about them, what other prospective students have had to say about these programs when they applied and once they got in, and what current students are saying about these programs. You can get sort of an inside look as to what's going on with that program. And lastly, my favorite tip is get excited because you're starting your nursing journey. I'm so excited for you. I'm glad that you found this video. Leave some comments down below if you have any questions at all. And before you go, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss an upload and that you see more of my nursing journey. I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye!